I feel like every script video I make now starts almost exactly the same, but it works, so I guess don't fix what is broken. Video games has become a massive industry with millions of games. Each and every one of these games have different genres, different stories, different art styles, different developers, and differences in their game design. And if you are a gamer yourself, you might have been scrolling through the Steam page at one point during sales or just to find a new game to play, and you find games like Factorio, Satisfactory, Schedule 1, and Power Wash Simulator. Curiosity gets the best of you, and you click on Satisfactory to see what kind of game it is. You look at the videos, you see the images and description, and realize this game is literally about working and creating a factory. You say to yourself, what kind of dumbass would play a game that is literally just work? I come to play video games to enjoy myself. Then you see the reviews and wonder why they are so good, and you cave in. You purchase the game. It won't matter anyways. If you don't enjoy the game after the 2 hours you have, you can always refund it. 40 hours later, you're trying to solve the most complicated, efficient way to create a certain part on a piece of paper while trying not to get confused on what conveyor belt has a certain amount of items per minute. The question that this has brought to light is, why is a video game that makes you work so goddamn fun? The games I have shown you before are all games that are, for the most part, games that make you work, but the funny thing about these games is they are fun because of different reasons. The first group, Factorio and Satisfactory, are both very similar in how you gain enjoyment playing them. These games revolve around how efficient you do everything. But maybe some of you have not played these games, so let me just go over the simple game loop of what Satisfactory is like. You start off on an alien planet with the task of creating a factory for the company you work for called Fiskit. You are doing this in order to save the Earth somehow by gathering materials from the planet and creating the space elevator on the planet. You'll first try to find the deposits where you can mine materials like iron, copper, and limestone. This will be done by hand at first, but eventually you will be able to create machines that automate those processes. All these ores will be either smelted or constructed to create different parts. These parts will help you complete the current objective and will eventually become a lot more complicated.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Dude. You see this? You see what I just did here?
Dude.
Look at this.
Bro, get out of here. Ooh. This guy's in the way. Yes, the iron
Also,
plates, right?
No, why would we split the
Wait,
iron
what
plates?
am I talking about? I'm fucking trolling. My
Yeah,
bad,
yeah.
dude.
Let's move these to the over here.
Yeah, that's facts though. This is stupid.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking about. I was like, we don't even need the fucking. We don't need the plates. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
He's dancing on you, bro. He's dancing on you.
Dude, this is fucking insane.
He's dancing on you, bro. Oh, is he done? I think he's done. Boy,
He's not done. I know he's not fucking done. I know he's done.
You will create many different parts that will need to be combined with other parts with different ore types. Maybe those ore types are near or far, and you need to somehow transport those parts to the main factory. The factory also needs power, so you need to find ores on the planet like coal to generate power. As you get further and further down the rabbit hole, the parts that you need to make require so much time and so many steps that you need to rethink how the factory was made, make multiple factories around the world, and figure out how you can efficiently transport it, provide power, and not waste any sort of time and or material so you can complete the game in a timely manner. There is no time limit for this game, but the more efficient you make things in your factory, the faster you will complete the game. In the most simplest terms, these games are about solving problems. There is always a problem needing to be solved. It can be either efficiency, power, transport, and plain old not enough ore on a certain part of the map. Speaking of problems, I got a problem with you. You have been watching this video until now and you still haven't subscribed. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know it's free, right? And like, you can unsubscribe anytime that you want. But I'm not gonna control your life. You do you and all, but I would heavily appreciate your support. And hey, you might be interested in my videos in the future, so why not get reminded on when I release another video? The name of this game puts it pretty simply. Satisfactory. It is very satisfying to solve problems and look at the solutions you have created. It is so funny to me how a game about numbers and problem solving has made me have more fun than some AAA games. But this is actually very different from how other working games like Power Wash Simulator makes you have fun. In Power Wash Simulator, you have started a power washing company and you will clean many different types of things with your power wash. Cars, buildings, parks, bathrooms, backyards, and etc, etc. And that is literally it. That is all you do. There is no secret message behind the scenes thing, like, that is the game. In a sense, it can be seen very similarly to games like Satisfactory because it is satisfying, but this type of satisfaction is very different. At first, you will start cleaning more small stuff like cars, but eventually you'll be cleaning whole buildings and parks. The time it takes you to finish the jobs grow, and with that time, when you finally complete the job, you will get to be satisfied with a job well done. The bigger the task you have to clean, the more satisfying it will feel to finally get it done. And some of these things will take hours and maybe even multiple days if you're doing it solo. It is kind of crazy to me on how our brain finds enjoyment in things. Games like Satisfactory are literally critical thinking, which releases dopamine after you solve a problem. And games like Power Wash Simulator doesn't require any type of thinking, but gives a sense of accomplishment which releases dopamine to your brain. Schedule 1 though, is definitely very different though. I still want to classify this game as working because, I mean, for the most part, it is. You will start a drug-making empire in the game which requires you to grow drugs, buy ingredients, create drugs, sell them to people, hire sellers, and not get caught by the police. Even though this is a very illegal job and illegal work, it is still work, and hey, you need to make a living somehow, so I guess you can do it. But Schedule 1 takes the working part of that job and introduces a lot of game systems that makes this process a lot more interesting and fun. It is definitely not realistic at all, and honestly, it is more like a regular game, making you experience things and escape reality to have a blast. There are other drug-making simulators, but Schedule 1 has been the lead dominant because of how it doesn't take itself too seriously. It makes it more like a game rather than a simulator. The open world is fun to interact in. There are many other things to do rather than creating your drug empire. And for the most part, it has a lot of freedom to creating your own drugs, robbing other people after you just sold them drugs, or maybe even going to the casino and gamble all your money away on slots. This whole video is about games that make you work, and you can see how many different choices you have, and how these games accomplish making work fun, by either doing critical thinking, accomplishing a long goal, or being free to do whatever the hell you want. I hope this video has brought to light on why these games are so fun, and why you should give them a try if you have never played them. Now, get to work. The factory won't bill itself. Thanks for watching.